I started out as a staff writer in Nashville, meaning I wrote on staff for a publishing company. I got a draw every month that was kind of advanced against future royalties, and I was doing artist work. And while I was there, and this is 20 years ago, I'm 41 years old. I started right when I was 21, my first staff writing gig. And then I switched publishers to what ended up being one of like the first TV film publishing companies in Nashville at the time. And no one was really doing it. The job of music supervisor, the person who's kind of picking the music for the films, that was a new job. I mean, in the 90s, the directors were doing it. And so there's a lot less competition. In fact, a lot of people didn't even care about it. You know, to be honest with you, composers were just writing the scene music in between the score. But what happened as music became digital is the exposure to music through various types of digital media, whether it's social media, like you said, video games, films, TV shows, you know, Instagram, whatever, became greater and greater to the point where today, 2/3 of new music exposed to listeners is through some form of sync. It's not on, believe it or not as much as even Spotify or the radio or whatever. And so as that started happening, the masses started flocking to the sync world. So one thing I always tell people is I got in and kind of made my connections and got in, you know, a little bit earlier than people. And that, you know, was a leg up on, you know, not having nothing to do with your ability to write a song. I was just doing it when there was, you know, like 1% of the competition there is today. But the most important thing is to get some depth in your catalog. So you'll get these guys that are trying to sell sync courses and they'll be like, what do you need to make $1 million? One song, one great song. I mean, that's like, you know, that's a lottery ticket. So, I mean, I always tell people, I say, set a goal, you know, for how many professionally produced songs you want to write per year, and say you can do 1 or 2 a month, say 2 a month, which is harder than it sounds. That'll get you like, you know, 24, 25 a year. Do it for 4 years, and now you've got 100 professionally produced songs, you know, and that's a good place to start. Now you've got a catalog that you can start spreading out. And then you have to establish relationships with licensing companies, any type of sync agents, third-party licensing companies. The music soups aren't going to want to go to direct to you when you're new just because they don't know if you really know how to license. You might not carry what's called E&O insurance, which stands for errors and omissions when you screw everything up. They don't know that whether or not you have signed an exclusive deal with someone else, whether one of your co-writers has a pub deal and you're not even allowed to do this. So there's so many ways that you can screw this up that until you're established in the business, you're going to need a kind of a middle person. And there's a lot of sync agents that, you know, and licensing companies that are legit out there. And you can do some research online and common links will start showing up.